Little circles. Making little circles. Polish on, polish off. Polish on, polish off. I never even watched that movie. I only saw like clips of it. The Karate Kid. I think that was the name, right? There was several of them. So I put 2 more coats of paint on, and I'm preparing for the clear. Cheers. So it's Tuesday, November 18th, 2025.
Well, you're listening to the greatest hits of the 60s here on 60s DJ.
Almost need a refill.
And this is White
So,
Night.
I put 2 more coats on. Now I'm just going over it with the 1500 to smooth it out. I bought some clear. Oh, now it looks pretty good. I don't know that I see metallic in it. I don't know that I see all that much metallic in it, really. I don't know. What do I know, right? I'm just a mechanic. It's all yellow pine. I'm burning. So you don't burn yellow pine in your home, like especially if you have a chimney because of the creosote. But here I have this 8-inch, it's thick wall steel pipe, and to clean it, all I need to do is do this. See the stuff falling down? Watch. That cleans the whole inside of the pipe. And I could do it a little easier now that I put that... You know, for years I was using furnace cement on the seal up above. And I kind of had to be gentle tapping it because that would break the seal. But this... I'll call it the Miracle Silicone. Haven't had a drop on my stove since I put it up there, so... And I cleaned it about 2 days after I did what I just showed you. I do it about every couple of weeks. I'll just tap on it. Knock all the ash. It just falls straight down back into the stove. This, I picked this stove up out of a scrap pile. It's one of them ones for pellet. Not pellet. Coal where it has a fan. Like it has a heater box built inside of it, and you can have a fan to blow it out. But I don't want to. I ain't gonna go through all that. I just open the door and let the heat come out. That's what I like an open hearth, and I can burn any kind of wood. I was burning through some old telephone pole the other day and back quick because it stunk. But I got rid of it. I had I don't know why, there was a couple of chunks of it laying around here. I split it up and got rid of it. Oh, there it goes. It's going now. So I fired off an email to Jolene and asked her if she could put up like some of the old Bugatti build videos, you know, from the first when they started building it. Just put something up, you know. And her response to me was that it's complicated, can't do it right now. And having been around the bush a few times, I'm thinking that might mean lawyers involved. So maybe they're finally going to do a legal separation. Is he going to end the show? I don't know, but I guess everything's in limbo now. And if it's going to go through the court system, it's... may as well kiss it goodbye as far as I'm concerned, because the longer they stay off the air, the more people they're losing to other, forums. Dan the Man. Where you at, Dan the Man? He's been quiet. I think he was invited to the... I'm a subscriber of his channel. I don't know if he's... That's the problem with having... Like, if I have a 5 o'clock, I only have, I think a few hundred subscribers. I mean, it's, not going to reach the vast audiences. Like, and that's something I kind of noticed, too, with Chad was... Seems like they're... Well, I've seen other builders like Ian, skyrocket in their subscriptions. I noticed that theirs have kind of flattened out at around 300 and some. And it's... I think it's been a series of mistakes with Chad firing people and having attitude. That one kid that he fired, that really bothered me. And he was standing there with a beautiful Indian thing for the front of his motorcycle, trying to apologize, but... They shouldn't have done it on air, that's the only thing. If they want to get rid of him, it's one thing, but that kid seemed like he idolized Chad, you know what I mean? Here's what it is. So that's what that goes, though. As far as I'm concerned, I think they're off the air for good. Just my opinion. Running out of coffee, I gotta end this video, go make some more. Not a lot going on. I went down for the stupid... Went down to get the paint and I forgot the thermostat. I don't know what the hell. I make a list and then I leave the list on the table. But pretty much everything's back together on this. But I'm thinking now that I want to... now that this is back on the road, I'm going to bring this around the back. I'm going to pull the tires off. Put it on blocks, that way I can get those balanced. And we're going to be taking this gauge. So you got all 4 of your gauges right in here. So what I want to do is I'm going to modify this. I'm going to put gauges, aftermarket gauges, in here with... Basically, I'm looking at a set of the smaller aftermarket gauges. They're about, they're smaller than the regular ones. I don't know what to say. They're I'm not going to say they're half as big, but they're still round, but they're just smaller gauges. And I'll be able to fit all 4 right in there. So as far as the gasoline, I have an alternator light. I don't need a voltage meter. So the meter that says voltage, that will be my gas gauge. And then the temperature, the oil pressure, and where it says battery, that'll be my light, my idiot lights. So the check engine and the alternator light can go right where it says battery. That's kind of how I did it on the other truck. So... And like I say, the gasoline, the voltmeter is the gas meter. The meter for the gas and everything else. They're just voltmeters basically. That's how it works. So it's no big deal to convert it. You don't have to buy a specific fuel gauge. So just got to change it where it doesn't say volts. It says fuel. This now the right here. I got this little pull thing. Let me get you down in here. I don't know if you can see it, but when I push this rod, that turns the ignition switch on. Then when I pull it back, obviously. So if I kept pushing, it would go all the way down to start and then let it back. So I don't have a key. I just got this push rod here. All the way like that's accessory. So I want to fix this. I want to be able to have an ignition switch. And see, the problem is you have to have type of ignition switch that feeds the coil and the computer even in start. And that's why you can't just use some off-the-shelf aftermarket, because while you're cranking, you're turning the computer off. How's the fuel injection going to work? So some people use it and then use a push button, and I could do that. I remember one time I simulated, you know how on the old trucks they had the push button down on the floor and you had to push on it to start it? And just for the hell of it, I rigged it up with a switch. And it looked pretty cool, except the dog, every time it got in and out, would step on it, it would crank the truck over. It wasn't a good idea to put the starter switch. It looked good, it looked original, but it was dangerous. Even when I put it on a relay so it would turn off with the key, I still had issues. So, you're driving down the road, I'd move my foot and hit the starter button. So, sometimes it looks good, but it's not practical. Not from Rhode Island, guys. Enough rambling already.